Islam is no more complicated than that. Islam breaks the entire world into two parts. The Dar al-Islam, where Sharia is the law of the land, and the Dar al-Harb, the house or abode of war, where there is not Sharia as the law of the land. The function of Islam is to eliminate the Dar al-Harb until the entire world is a Dar. The entire world is a Dar al-Islam. And the vehicle to do that is called what? Jihad, which in 100% of all published Islamic law is only defined as warfare against non-Muslims. So let's just put that on the line. And so we're here talking national security issues. We have people here that are running for the office of President of the United States, and we have to begin there. And what I would put forth is that since, and actually prior to, but since 9/11, our entire national security apparatus has been unprofessional in its approach to this war, from the four-star generals to the office of the president to the national security staff to the leaders of DHS when it was created, the FBI, the CIA, and other agencies. Because we have said this has nothing to do with Islam, despite the fact that our warfighting doctrine says when you analyze an enemy, you start with who he says he is and why he's fighting. And 100% of this enemy that we're facing, from the jihadi in Chattanooga to the 9/11 hijackers and everybody before and in between, have all said we're Muslims waging jihad in the cause of Allah in order to impose Islamic law and establish caliphate, period. So that's what it is. And if we look in Islamic law, authoritative Islamic law, the kind you get at mosque bookstores, not at Barnes & Noble, you will see that 100% of them say that jihad is warfare against non-Muslims. And it's total warfare. It's not just guns and bombs. It's psychological warfare. It is political warfare. It's subversion. It is the whole 9 yards. It's total warfare, something that our DOD has not been practicing. I would say you'd have to go back towards Reagan administration and maybe even beyond that. Complete and total war against non-Muslims.
What would you do if your life was threatened not once, not twice, but 18 times? In the heart of West Africa, a 34-year-old geologist and soldier has become the most haunted leader on the continent. His crime? Daring to dream of an Africa that controls its own dignity. They have tried bombs, they have deployed mercenaries, they have even turned his own military against him. But Ibrahim Traoré is still standing. And the question that keeps his enemies up at night is simple. Why can't we unalive him? Welcome to the Strategic Lens on Africa Today, where today we are going beyond the headlines to uncover one of the most remarkable stories of survival on the African continent. Now, before we dive into the assassination plots, let me paint you a picture of Burkina Faso. This landlocked nation of 21 million people has long been caught between forces beyond its control. Colonial exploitation, terrorist insurgencies, and economic hardship have shaped its turbulent history. Many compare Traoré to Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader of the 1980s, who was assassinated after daring to challenge France's grip on the country. And here's where things get interesting. Ibrahim Traoré wasn't born into a privileged family. Raised in the small town of Bondokri, he studied geology at a university, and by 2010, he joined the military. His rise through the ranks was rapid, serving in UN peacekeeping missions in Mali and earning commendments for his leadership in counter-terrorism operations. But in 2022, Burkina Faso was in crisis. Islamist insurgents had taken control over 40% of the country's territory, and the military led by Paul Henry Damiba, had already staged one coup that January. On September 30th, 2022, Captain Ibrahim Traore led a second coup, declaring that Damiba had failed to address the security situation. At 34, he became the world's youngest head of state, launching more than 18 much-needed factories in Burkina Faso within 6 months. But here's what most media won't tell you. Ibrahim Traore wasn't just any power-hungry military man. He even refused an increase in his salary when he became the head of state. He chose instead to maintain his salary as a commander, since he was the commander before taking power. His first actions in power sent shockwaves in power halls in Paris and Washington. He expelled French troops, cancelled exploitative mining contracts, forged new alliances with Russia, and began implementing policies reminiscent of Thomas Sankara's revolutionary vision. From mandating locally made clothing for public servants to freezing corrupt officials' assets. And that's when the assassination plot began.
How are you?
The first plot came just months after Traore took power. January 2023, intelligence services intercept communications revealing a chilling plan. A bomb was to be planted at Traore's residence during the African Cup of Nations match, when security was most distracted. Now think about this for a moment. How would you feel knowing that while you were watching a football match, someone was planning to blow up your home? The conspirators even had a backup plan. If the bomb failed, an ambush would be set on his motorcade the following day. But how did Burkina Faso's intelligence service uncover this plot? This is where our story takes its first surprising turn. Multiple sources indicate that Russia's foreign intelligence services provided the crucial tip-off, sharing names of conspirators and details of the plan just hours before it was set to happen. But then, what most people don't understand is that this assassination attempt was not an isolated incident. It was the first in what would become a pattern. A concerted campaign to eliminate a leader who dared to challenge the established order. By September 2023, authorities announced they had foiled another coup attempt. Lieutenant Colonel Everett Sumner and former government minister Prosper Basoli were among those arrested. But here is what makes this case particularly fascinating. The threats of this plot led directly to the man Traore had just overthrown, Paul Henry Damiba, who had fled to neighboring Togo. And behind Damiba, a network of interests that didn't want to see Burkina Faso chart its own course. But the most shocking attempt was yet to come. What's the price of a president's life? In Burkina Faso, apparently, it's 5 million. The plan was as ambitious as it was simple. The influential figure, whose identity has never been publicly revealed, arrived in Burkina Faso. He deliberately cultivated relationships with soldiers in Traore's inner security circle. If you could help me eliminate Ibrahim Traore, he told them, I'm going to pay you over $5 million. The soldiers appeared to accept. The mysterious figure paid them the $5 million and gave them special ammunition. When you are near Ibrahim Traore, just take out your guns and hit him with his bullets, and boom, you are rich. But in a remarkable turn of events, these soldiers went to Ibrahim Traore and revealed everything to him and handed over the money and evidence. We have been paid with this money to earn your life, they reportedly told him, but we have allies. We can't do this to you. What would you have done if you were in Traore's position? Who would you trust if people are offering money, millions of dollars, to your guards, your closest guards, to end your life? The mastermind was arrested, charged with treason, but his identity and who he was working for remained closely guarded. Secrets.
And gave out
Now, this raises very profound questions. who has $5 million to lose to eliminate the middle of one of Africa's most poorest countries? And what interests are so threatened by Traore's leadership that they will go to such extents? Fourth, contrary to what many people believe, Burkina Faso is not poor. Burkina Faso is the fourth largest producer of gold in Africa. And just for a reminder, more than half of all gold that is mined, that have been mined on Earth, comes from Africa. Burkina Faso has significant deposits of zinc, lithium, manganese, and many other rare minerals. Its cotton is prized worldwide. For decades, these resources flowed out of the country, primarily benefiting foreign corporations and the local elite who facilitated these arrangements. Many assume that terrorism is a threat to Burkina Faso. But what if I told you that terrorism might be actually a tool that is used by external powers to control mineral resources within this region? Ibrahim Traore himself has suggested this connection, pointing out that terrorist activities mysteriously intensified after he expelled French forces and cancelled exploitative mining contracts. Then there is the regional dimension, the economic community of West African states, ECOWAS, heavily influenced by France, imposed sanctions on Burkina Faso and even threatened it with military intervention. What we are witnessing isn't just one man's survival. It's about the future of resource sovereignty in Africa. And caught in the middle of this struggle is a global power competition. As France's influence wanes, Russia has stepped in, providing security assistance, intelligence support, and diplomatic backing to Traore's government. Most Western media portray this as Russia opportunistically expanding its influence. But from Burkina Faso's perspective, this partnership offers something France never did. Respect for their sovereignty and security support without the colonial baggage. And this explains why, despite Western criticism of his authoritarian leadership, Traore enjoys widespread popular support at home, especially among young people who see him as fighting for their future. These assassination attempts on Ibrahim Traore aren't just about removing one man. They are about suppressing an idea. The dangerous idea that African countries can't control their own resources and chart their own destiny. Despite the constant threats to his life, Traore has initiated ambitious projects, from local manufacturing initiatives to agricultural reforms. He mobilized thousands of civilians, volunteers to defend communities against terrorist attacks. Areas once controlled by jihadis are gradually being reclaimed. Markets are reopening, and more than 400 schools have reopened. But the question remains, can this revolutionary vision survive? History is littered with African leaders who challenged the status quo only to be eliminated. From Patrice Lumumba to Thomas Sankara. And Ibrahim Traore knows this. He keeps the picture of Thomas Sankara in his office and often quotes him. And like Sankara, he lives relatively modestly, refusing the luxuries that comes with power. You know what's remarkable about Ibrahim Traore? It's not just his survival against the odds. Is that he hasn't become paranoid or reclusive despite the constant threats. He still appears in public, meets with citizens, and pushes forward with his vision. And across Africa, his example is inspiring the new generation to question established order. From Mali to Guinea, from Niger to the diaspora, young Africans are asking, what if we too control our own resources? What if we too charted our own destiny? The assassins may still be plotting, the geopolitical chess players may still be moving their pieces, but something has fundamentally changed in Burkina Faso and beyond. The story about Ibrahim Traore's survival is still being written, and honestly, I don't know how it ends. Will he succeed where others have failed? Will the forces arrayed around him eventually prevail? What I do know is that each assassination attempt that fails makes the idea he represents even stronger, that African resources should benefit African people, and that even the smallest nations have the right to determine their own future. So I'm curious, do you think that leaders like Ibrahim Traoré represent the future of Africa, or do you think they are fighting forces that are too strong to overcome? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This has been the Strategic Lens, looking beyond the headlines to understand the forces that are shaping our world. And until next time, keep your lens focused. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit the like button and share this video to 2 or 3 people that you know would like this content. Until next time, bye. Nigerian government is evil. It's evil. Nigerian government is a killer. Yes, it's killer. Nigerian government is a murderer. Sure, they are murderers. Monkey carry money. Python swallow money. What do you know to hear? What do you know to hear? Everybody quiet. All the youths are quiet. Musicians are quiet. Nollywood are quiet. Just what you can make it. Biafran government take me good. Simon take me good. Akumba walobo. Onya neku nweli fone me. Oba to die. New dimension. Yes, multi-dimensional approach. Yes, sir. Ebon. Yes, sir. Ebon. Woto. Ebon. Woto. Ebon. Woto. Mbajo my freedom, I'll get to my car. 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 For many years you've been killing us. Many years you've been slaving us. But what they like to feed us. Waba, Obigo, Okwama, Papakeleke, Mbo, Enugu, Amo. Thank you, my mama. Thank you, my papa. Thank you, my siblings. Baba, yes. Don't they kill us? Don't they pass up by us? Don't they kill us? I am a good lady. You can't kill us again and just leave. At this time, I never question. If we put that Patago,
With us, you go push you. You the push us, you go push you. You go fight us, we go fight you. At the end, the Biafra got to lay down. Ebon, woto, Ebon, woto, Ebon, woto. Mbaja masida moja kumata. Mbaja masida moja kumata. Mbaja masida moja kumata. Mbaja masida moja kumata. Nigeria government. Let's Biafra go. Biafra another go. And also, the Biafra another go. One minute, Biafra another go. From the West. There is no other human being that's able to rise up to challenge the moral tendencies of the late Buhari. Good morning, good morning. Buhari died because he dared to touch me. And I must warn everybody, especially those who are harboring ill will towards me, that what happened to Buhari will also happen to them. Buhari was replaced with a man, that very thing from Sudan, Jibril. A very special program is coming up next month where I will completely and totally unmask Jibril. Complete and total. With DNA evidence and forensic pictorial evidence, it will be clear to the whole world that the person in Aso Rock is fake. Jubril. They are trying to use INEC disqualification to bar him from contesting so he can run back to Sudan. That is not going to happen. I won't let them. He will contest. And the zoo will crumble with him. They know this. That's why they're running helter-skelter, claiming he doesn't have a certificate. As if they never knew. Since 4 years ago, that man that is now dead and buried in Saudi Arabia is a stark and compound illiterate. The very worst kind. An evil genocidist who is now decayed and only skeletal illiterate. That shall befall anybody that rises against our people. What these young men are doing. Apart from maybe 4 or 5 people in Ohanese, I'm older than every other Ohanese executive member. Then when you hear them talk about me and IPOB, you think we're a bunch of teenagers. I don't blame them. They're a product of a dysfunctional system. They gave me very stringent bail conditions. I hope IPOB members are listening very quietly. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. You must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves, and be of good character that God may love thee. That's who we are. So what will be your words to those out there? Our family is based on 4 cardinal points. You must live without fear before your enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. You must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves, and be of good character that God may love thee. That's who we are. So what will be your words to those out there? Oh, but that's something that's valid. Innocent people die like flies. Some just killing, shooting, fighting.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Yes, we want to tell everybody to hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. Don't lose guard. Onye rahụ ụra eburu egbe ya nwanne, ịrahụ ụra eburu egbe gị. Onye rahụ ụra eburu egbe ya nwanne, ịrahụ ụra eburu egbe gị. Onye rahụ ụra eburu egbe ya nwanne, ịrahụ ụra eburu egbe gị. Rahụ ụra eburu egbe gị nwanne, ịrahụ ụra eburu egbe gị. Ka unu mere. Woto na-aga ebe niile, ndị niile.
You think everything. Anybody, any chairman of any market that is opened, any market you open, the chairman will hear from us. In Biafra land, any market you open, you will hear from us. We lost 5 million people. And you can, if you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything. Anybody, any chairman of any market that is opened, any market you open, the chairman will hear from us. In Biafra land, any market you open, you will hear from us. We lost 5 million people. And you can, if you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything.
Shame on all of them. Food scarcity is ravaging the north because of these Fulani herdsmen. The thing have choked them so much that they can no longer talk. Northern leaders, it is a very big shame on all of you who are calling IPOB a terrorist organization. Meanwhile, your children are the real terrorists. Yes, they are the one. At least Shegumi told us that those bandits are their boys. They are their boys. Anybody that attack them will not get their vote and all that. Then this other one, BRGIE, was the one who went all over the place. Say, yes, we invited terrorists. We invited this Fulani jihadi to come. That jihad have started in Nigeria. So when you saw and heard all these things, the same northern leaders have no shame to be calling others terrorists. Meanwhile, they are the real terrorists themselves. They are the real terrorists because they are the ones that brought this problem on Nigeria. Northern leaders are the problem of Nigeria. Let them accept it. I have mentioned names here, and the thing that they are not even apologetical about it. So how can we be living with terrorists? If they don't want to live in peace with Nigeria, then they should move out. Look at since how many years now. These people will not let us rest. Unfortunately, nobody is talking to them. Everybody just feel like, don't mention their name as if they are God. How long are we going to live with these people in this type of condition? Look at how many lives that have been wasted all over Nigeria. Advocacy. People should rise up and ask the North to question. Because we should be calling out names now. We should call a spade a spade. Because if this type of nonsense we have to be coming from another region, I wonder what the North will be saying.
All of you are aware of it. They have turned their attention to the West. They are forcibly occupying their land and telling them that they cannot do anything about it. A whole presidency in a country openly and brazenly supporting terrorists. All of you watching and listening all over the world, you know that Miyetti Allah is a terrorist organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are doing. Anywhere you have Fulani headsmen, terrorists for that matter, they tell you, oh, they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them, that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them, that enabled Fulani to take even Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason, you don't ever learn. that the main aim of Fulani is to conquer your land and enslave you. Look at Hausa people today. As I wrote yesterday, they are worse than a discarded tissue paper. They are worth nothing. Only their language is what is relevant in their lives. Everything else is lost. All of you are repeating the exact same mistakes that the Hausas made. That is why they are in trouble. And that is why they can never ever come out of it. They are all suffering from what I would an advanced version of the Stockholm Syndrome. Can you imagine that these people came into their land and took it over and they cannot do anything about it?
Anything about it. They cannot. You wait, they will come and conquer you, and you cannot do nothing.
They have turned their attention to the West. They are forcibly occupying their land and telling them that they cannot do anything about it.
It is a shame on all of them. Food scarcity is ravaging the north because of these Fulani herdsmen. The thing have choked them so much that they can no longer talk. Northern leaders, it is a very big shame on all of you who are calling IPOB a terrorist organization. Meanwhile, your children are the real terrorists. Yes, they are the one. At least Shegumi told us that those bandits are their boys. They are their boys. Anybody that attack them will not get their vote and all that. Then this other one, BRGIE was the one who went all over the place. Say yes, we invited terrorists. We invited this Fulani jihadi to come. That jihad has started in Nigeria. So when you saw and heard all these things, the same northern leaders have no shame to be calling others terrorists. Meanwhile, they are the real terrorists themselves. They are the real terrorists because they are the ones that brought this problem on Nigeria. Northern leaders are the problem of Nigeria. Let them accept it. I have mentioned names here, and the thing that they are not even apologetical about it. So how can we be living with terrorists? If they don't want to live in peace with Nigeria, then they should move out. Look at since how many years now. These people will not let us rest. Unfortunately, nobody is talking to them. Everybody just feel like, don't mention their name as if they are God. How long are we going to live with these people in this type of condition? Look at how many lives that have been wasted all over Nigeria. Advocacy. People should rise up and ask the North to question. Because we should be calling out names now. We should call a spade a spade. Because if this type of nonsense we are to be coming from another region, I wonder what the North will be saying.
Anybody, any chairman or presidency in a country of any market that is.
It is a shame on
these people
all
are
of
your
them.
biggest enemy. These people are standing on the way of your future because they feel good the position they are exactly today,
you guys
because
him?
it helps them to be in power and you'll be worshiping them. If there is nobody that worships these people,
and listening all over the
they'll
world,
be
you
gone.
know that
For example, in the South,
you know that
we don't worship kings, we don't do all those things, all those bowing down of things. We don't make those things because we know what power is all about. But in Igodomigodo, they worship their kings. No matter how corrupt the guy is, they gave this guy access to impoverish the land. They gave this guy access to sell people's land, sell land, everything in the land belonged to him because the people allows it. How many people can you kill when the people wake up? And that is why they don't want you to wake up, because if you wake up, the problem will be solved. If you accept the truth, you can never ever have a false identity and you think that you survive. You are speaking English that is not your language. I have told Starman, they always mess you up like a baby. They always treat you like a non-entity whenever you are with these people. Look at how that guy is pulling you. You are not even listening to the guy, how what he's saying and what he's addressing you. He thinks that there is a new Nigeria. There is no new Nigeria. These people are ancient people. They are as old as anything you can think of as far as this Earth planet is concerned. And as far as we are concerned, we know this. And we continue to bring that awareness to our people. Because if you think that you are a foolish person and you are more westernized than any other person, and then you speak English, you just to make yourself feel good, you think that there is a new Nigeria. There are no new Nigeria. The people has always been there before Nigeria came. In short, the predicament of these people began the time those who seek to create the nonsense you are calling Nigeria came into the land. You fight for your oppressors, you kill for your oppressors, you assassinate for your oppressors, you kidnap people for them, you hatch people's organs for them because they give you millions of money and you think that your life ends with just money. But this money never exists until some certain period of life. This money is created by humans. It is not created by nature. It is not created by God. They tell you, oh, God may create money. It's a lie. Do not let these people deceive you any further. Don't let them deceive you any further because they have done you so much harm. The money you are talking about was meant for business and to facilitate things to deal with people from outside the world. People as a community and as a society, they work together as team. They have dreams, they have goal, they have ambition. Even their young people have ambition. That is why the communities, the states, and the government and the leaders create educating programs, creative programs for young people to learn different talents and to learn different things so that they are able to contribute and become viable members of the society. All these things does not exist in your country. Yet you are asking somebody if please share this broadcast, I beg of you. You're asking people if what does it have, what solution does it have for the new Nigeria? There are no new Nigeria you are dreaming. You are going to see more terror because those people, you have killed their parents, you have killed their brothers or sisters, you have killed their kids, you have killed their husbands, you have killed their wives. Those people, they are coming for you. They are not going to say, okay, because you want Nigeria. If somebody have killed your wife, what are you doing on earth? Your wife did not die because he was sick or because her time has come and then she died. This very evil creation that kills our people cut her short. If your wife is dead, how much life do you have to live? So the most important person in your life is gone, killed, and you cannot retaliate, you cannot revenge, you cannot do anything, and you will just be, you are a coward and you are a slave. I call you a slave because all of you are slaves. You don't come to me telling me that you are in Nigeria, you are this. I'll just look at you and smile. In my mind, look at this stupid slave that doesn't know anything. Because if you know something, you wouldn't accept such identity. Of course, if you go to, maybe you are making paperwork or you are doing something, you can use it because you are still in that hostage. But when we are fighting here, trying to uproot the creation of the enemies of our people, the enemies of our future, the enemies of our survival, you don't come giving me that new Nigerian bullshit because new Nigeria does not exist. A new Nigeria is the establishment of the jihadist Sharia law in your life, in your land. It has nothing to do with building you and your family. It does not correlate with that. As far as I'm concerned, the only thing that is going to be new for me, or the only thing that is going to be viable, is Biafra. There is a future we are looking at, and I wish you can see it. Every night I pray to God, I say, God, please bless my people, open their eyes, and allow them to see the future. Show them in their dreams how their future will be like, is going to be like in Biafra. So that they will not become the serious enemies of themselves. Because whether you like it or not, the people, the so-called slaves in Nigeria, they are the enemies of themselves. You know why? This land was betrayed. You know, sometimes people will sell a certain ideology to the extent it start becoming true, but it's a false idea, it's a hate idea. When they talk about betrayal, some people begin to think about Southeast. No, the Southeast never betrayed our land. They upheld the dignity of Africa. They were the first to start fighting for Africa, to fight for Africans' freedom and independence, and we lose our population for that. So if somebody is telling you that there is a new Nigeria, the person is mistaken. Because you cannot come to me and you are telling me that your land is colonized, your land. But how? Colonization will not work, evil will not grow if there are no agents of this evil who promote them, who share them, who carry those evil messages, who implement them, who facilitate them. And these are the real betrayers. And some of these Nigerians, their parents are found in any of all of this because they had little value for themselves. They never believed that they are worth anything in their life. They had believed that their killers are the most superior people. Some people even have, cultivate the habit of telling people, Oyibo Bomo, because these are families who have never engaged in anything that will wow people, that will surprise people. So when they see Oyibos exploiting them and using their resources to do all those things, they think that these people are God. But whatever they do is not my problem. You know why? The solution is always right there in our hands. We don't listen to ourselves. We are not organized. And you are fighting for the same thing you are condemning as colonialism. That's if you represent Nigeria, you represent colonialism, you represent the exploitation of Africa, you represent the killing and the sponsoring of terrorism in Africa, you represent selling of people's organs in Africa, you represent the human trafficking of people that is going on. There are individuals who are members of the political class, whom their family members and their friends, they offer it to them as a beacon of opportunity. And they tell them, they will come to your family and they tell you, oh, you people are suffering. I can help you. I will take your child to wherever. And what did you learn? You are a tailor, you are a hairdresser. If you get there, you start doing hairdresser work as if that place is his father's land. And then they will take your child, getting to wherever they are taking him or her. She will start doing prostitution. Some even supply our men to gays companies. My brothers and sisters, a lot of things are happening in the world today. Things that make someone shed tears. After programs, 2 times I had programs where Dr. Mbatu will speak. I go home crying because I can hear his heart. I can see what he sees. Things are happening in the world today, things that will make you want to go crazy are happening. So if you are there, you think that there is a new Nigeria. There is a new Nigeria. There are no new Nigeria. And the reason why the assassins in the time past were able to eliminate all the people who would have been fighting today is because many people are not alive to the responsibilities of their immediate environment. They are not getting involved on how to build, on how to save our world. and they thought that they will find peace. You know, these people have not fought for freedom before. Immediately they engage them this weapon of economic sabotage, economic blockade, and people and children started dying. They gave up because their heart wasn't built for it. Their heart wasn't strong enough. They didn't have any kind of endurance training that they will help them to endure through this tough time and fight, knowing that what they are fighting for, they may not be the ones to just enjoy it, but the future. Imagine if we had won that war, if we had gotten what we're looking for the time that Ojukwu was around. By now, you and I will not be here. If we will be here, we'll be discussing something very different. Because the awareness and the understanding on how to take care of our home, what we should do and what we should not do, and the system that will help manage this thing has been established. We will be discussing important business issues. Or probably we'll be presenting one or two technology that we have been just brought to market. They don't want you to survive. They want you to remain under their foot. That is why when they are telling me that we have only one lobbies in only one country, I don't agree with that completely, 100%. You can have lobbies as many as you can if you have the resources. You can have them all over the world. Imagine if Russia had not stood with Ibrahim Traore. We should be seeking. You are a Biafran. You call yourself that you are a freedom fighter, a fruitless freedom fighter, an effortless freedom fighter. You are stagnated. For over 4 months, you remain in one place. You don't move forward. You begin to use whatever it is to try to entice people. What are you doing to meet other African young leaders? Create friends. It is not about emotion. It is not about pressure. What are you doing as a Biafran? The people you are looking up to, you want to fold your hands and wait for America to come and save you. But you forgot that during the 1960s, America was partnering with these people. He saw these people that were moving for agenda for Islamization. He knew that the war that Nigeria was fighting was for Islamization and to take the land. He knew that there is an agreement between the British and the Arab world and these their foot soldiers that have invaded the land. What is the time difference between the time that the British invade our land and the time that the Fulanis invaded? They have common interests. These people are aware of it. Today, they continue to partner with the corruption of Nigeria. They continue to partner with the sellings of organs of Nigerians. Countries, Germany, France, Italy, UK, name them. They are not partnering with Nigeria because they love Nigerians or because they want Nigerians to succeed or because they felt that they knew that Nigeria has no goal, it has no aim, it has no purpose, it has no plan. There are no reason to be a Nigerian. We are completely a different people who aspire always to be better, to be good, to create, to build, to bring things to life. But these people screw us. Anytime we establish something, they will come, they will bomb it. And their bomb, the signatures of their weapons are weapons of countries whom we are looking up to, that these people represent freedom and dignity of humanity. But it is a lie. It is not true. Our people in the Kalan, they said that, oh Lord, women. If house reach house, it go get inner house. They say that charity, ihunanya, golopha, ihunanya sinemu lopta. Charity begins at home. The love that you're able to share from outside is because in your home there is discipline, there is love. That's why you are able to represent yourself like that. If you don't have a good home, when you go outside there, you still behave like a slave, you behave like a hooligan, and immediately people will say, oh, that person is not well trained. And that insult goes to your family, your parents. So what are we if we cannot? There are a lot of freedom fighters. It's not even only Amazonia that is fighting. When you put your basket, when you put your fruits in one basket, believe you me, it's just a matter of time. We must create relationship between us and young African leaders like Ibrahim Traore, because the world hate him or because he's with Russia. What's my business? America is a partner with Russia. America have embassy in Russia, in Rusland. Many other companies, all these people, they have embassies and they have partnership with every other countries. So what is that is hindering Biafrans from making move? There are many Biafrans that are in Biafran struggle who are well to do, who have all the freedom that is required to make a move. Since all this thing began, how many Biafrans, in short, the ones that brings proposal, people bring proposal now, you become afraid because of what they want to do with it. Once money enter their hands, they are gone. So everybody in this land has sabotaged this land. Your actions have led us to where we are. It is not people from the southeast. In short, if it was possible to tell people from the southeast, relax, make we fight this fight, because una don't try, una don't pay sacrifice, we go do am. The essence is that Biafran government is removing power from these terrorists in order to place it in the hands of the people. I tell you, my message is very tough. It is not everybody that can listen to it and be happy, because it is the truth. I preach it raw, and you will be very, very uncomfortable with it, because I know that when it will sound, you will remember this very day that I said it. There's nobody that is going to stand up in Africa, even if you are fighting it slowly or you. In Africa, whenever individuals are fighting for freedom like this, we are supposed to stand up and give the people who are involved full support. But does it work like that? No. Whenever foreigners invade us, people begin to fight against their brothers and sisters. They tell you that Biafran fighting is for Igbos. But the people who are living in Africa, who are living in the so-called Nigeria, they are not only Igbos. The people that Nigeria is being forced upon are not only Igbos. But some cowards, when they want to chicken out, they look for a very simplest excuse to give, because they are weak and they are coward, they are bloody slaves from the pit of air. And these people are very many, and the fight in our land have given birth to different type of this kind of people. They cannot stay in one place and be committed there. I joined Biafran struggle, and I am here until Biafra come. I'm not going to. I will be able to determine when something is real and when something is fake. Whenever the enemy brings money, my people takes the money and they will begin to mess around and leave the land for many years of suffering. I am going to tell you the way forward of Nigeria. For those of you who are hoping that new Nigeria is coming. New Nigeria is not coming, and it's not going to come, because more chaos is coming. First of all, before you can get to something new, it is come with a war. New, or whether not new, or whatever you are referring to, it is going to come with a very severe fight. For you to have a new Nigeria, there's going to be a serious war. Which means after you have fought and gotten your freedom, you still want to answer Nigeria. And that could be a new Nigeria. For you, for those of you who does not know what Nigeria means, that wants to accept that name, the slave name. But I tell you, you are people don't think. People don't think, and this is the difference between us and the rest of the world. The rest of the world, they are very critical, they are serious people. When you say one word, they have probably 10 ways of looking at it. But my people, you can deceive them with fake lie that even a fly knows that this is a lie. But these people, they call themselves professors, they speak very good English. They accept it. And the way they feel good when they are speaking English, they don't feel good like that when they speak their language. They speak their language as if it's local language. It's not supposed to be spoken. When you speak local language, you are supposed to be charged. You pay fine for speaking your own local language. They even did it. And what is colonialism and what is slavery? I'm telling these guys that they are slaves and they think it's a joke. It's not. You are. You as a teacher, you are not even teaching the children what they're supposed to learn from you. But you flog them for speaking their language. You even call their language vernacular. And today being Friday, the Good Friday, as the world may call it, and the 18th of this April 2025, I tell you that you are a fool. 70% of teachers in the damnable Zoological Republic of Nigeria are foolish. In short, they have disrespected the land. Their focus is never to develop the land. As a teacher, you are meant to develop the people. You are meant to keep the people informed. You are meant to instruct the people, to enlighten them about their immediate environment and their survival, about how the land can grow, how the land can survive, about how they are very, very important and more than valued about anything you can think of about on this planet. You're supposed to raise them. They said, train up a child in the way she should go. When you train a child, all these fools now are the product of the people you are calling teachers. From head to toe, it doesn't matter if he has gray hair now or he's still a baby, he's still in the youth. These are product, the most evil people, the baddest people are the people who teach you, who raise you. I don't care whether they are your parents or your headmaster or your headmistress or your lecturers and your professors in your schools. These people are as useless as anything you can think of. You know why? They help in indoctrinating you. They make you, they train you, they raise you as every Nigerian is a saboteur. Because he is the most grievous saboteur on earth, because he's not just sabotaging his immediate environment, he's sabotaging his country, he's sabotaging his continent. And he's been trained from baby, from kid, from school to be a sabotage. He's been taught in a foreign language. The textbooks that he uses was written by people who are not from his own continent, not even his country, or even his people are not educated. They don't write physics, and none of these things are written in his language. He is being trained in school. They teach you how to be Nigerian, how to be a slave in Nigeria, a nigger area, a slave area, a black area, a black homes. This is what they teach these horrible individuals in schools. And whenever they speak their language in their own land, not in abroad. Maybe in abroad, yes, you can say you should learn Italian, you should learn French, or learn Spanish, or you learn German. because you are in their land or you are planning to travel, decided to engage in learning foreign language of the area you go in. No, these people are in their land. They believe that they have a government, but they are being taught in a foreign language. And they teach them how they can. How can somebody be teaching you how to be a Nigerian, how to be a slave? And then when they are teach you, they tell you there is nothing we cannot survive. They bring hunger, we survive it. They bring colonization, we survive it. We are still alive. You should not be alive if you cannot have your independence. You should not be. If you don't have the power to determine your future, that life is not defined. Believe me. How many of these Africans, wherever they are, can boast of being in control of their life of anything? No. Even if them give you the paper and they give Oyibo, I said it yesterday, you waka come outside, they will control the Oyibo, go pass. But you, they will hold you, they will turn the other side, they will even call it fake. Even if it's original, they have the power to say it's fake. And then we've seen so much. The suffering is too much. The intimidation is too much. Upon that, you speak their language, you do everything. People work hard studying English as a career. The same people you have done all this thing for would sponsor terrorists, ship them. These people ship 75,000. The time people rise up to defend their land, fight for their freedom, they ship 75,000 foreigners. And close to 50% of them perished in Biafra land. Since that time, their hatred has never come down. The British shipped 75,000 Fulanis to come and fight Biafrans, and the people in the middle belt, the people in the north, the Yoruba people, they were willing and very good, happy to come to kill in Biafra land. But when the war started, they realized that what they projected is not what they are seeing. As slaves, they have to run to their slave master for idea. They are the one that has the power. The French is there in Cameroon. They can block the way. And these people are allies. They are allies in destroying the world in order to build their own. They want to be superior. They want to have superior firepower. They want to be the one commanding. They want to be the one exploiting other people and destroying their life, altering other people's civilization because they wanted one world order. They create an order of their own dream. And my people have been living on it for so many years with pains. The tragedy they brought upon us is too much. And I can't wait to carry gun to defend Biafra. If I should die, I should die as a Biafran, not just dying as a Biafran, but dying doing the needful. Because it is the future that holds something. Not just for my people, for African people, all Africans. I don't believe in religion. I don't think that my African tradition is a religion. I have never seen any African who preach or crusade for African religion in other countries and begin to teach them our ways and our way of life, our system of government, Asian system that we have practiced. They never did. But most of what your practices today are people's government before. They changed it. and my people are perishing for it. I'll continue to remind you what happened in the North Africa. It's bloody. It was bloody. That is why if you go from the East Africa to the North Africa today, you can still smell the evidence of what I'm telling you. Even some people in those areas, even especially Morocco, they will tell you that they are not Africans. Some of them are even as confused as you are. They don't know if they are European or Arabic or African, because their ancestors had eliminated your ancestors and has occupied the land, and they have built an order there. But the small one we have, you don't want us to protect it. You don't want us to save it. You want it to be under that system that the same people create. And now they are coming to do to us what they did in North Africa, and you're watching them. The only few blacks that have managed to survive. Forget they tell you Africans are poor because they give birth to many children. It is a lie. Do you think that your population is more than the population of French? If they really want to release a right figure? Or you want to say that the population of all the white peoples in the world outnumber, that the population of black Africans outnumber them? It's a lie. But the continent, Africa, despite the rift that is happening now, that Africa is trying to break into another continent, because it's time. It breaks. And that is why you have to increase your fight, because you are winning. Things are happening. Apart from that, if you put America and Europe, all of them inside Africa, Africa will swallow them. But the population of these people outnumber the population of people in the African continent. But they will tell you that you have too many children and then you are unable to cater for them. So therefore, you are suffering, you are poor because you have a lot of children. Those are the kind of deceit they give people. These people see finish. And they make it look like, you are now a kind of puppet that they can tell what to do and what not to do. They have to direct you. They have to redirect you. They have to even speak for you. If you think that I'm not correct in my analysis, you can confirm the veracity of what I'm saying. You can go and calculate how many population are there outside the population of Africans who have this melanin carbon color. If you want to go by that, then we are a minority. And that is why you can never ever get any prevalence, any assistance, except if the Arabs or the Islamists have not gotten it, you are nowhere to be found. That is why when they decimate your land, you will suffer. They will be telling you that, why are you coming to our country? Go back to your land. But they have military base in your land who harbors terrorists. Unleash them at night against your village, and the entire community will be running helter-skelter. People elude their land, running abroad in search of safety. If you even get there, you don't even know what is pursuing you. They strangulate everybody economically. And they know what they are doing. And when you move, they tell you, what did you come to? You go to court like criminal. They try you. No matter what you tell them, there are still Nigerians, Fulani breeded children who are working in their embassies selected by them. They had interpreters who chosen by them. And they will tell them, these ones, they are just, they don't have anything. Nigeria is good. Nigeria is perfect. Why just yesterday, over 50 people has been butchered. And all the people in Benue State, those guys who you saw that were speaking those time, and those who tried to work with Simon Ekpa, they are all on the run. Many of them have died. Some of them are in prison, suffering. Nobody knows when they are going to come out. Why some of them are now in Niger, some of them are in Libya, some of them are trying to cross the sea to head to Europe. We are in different places. Crossing the sea is not easy. You're going to die. That is 60% for sure. And if you succeed, your suffering begins from there. This is the future that they have designed for you. The colonial masters with these neo-colonialists who are your governors, your senators, your House of Assembly members, your president, who are the drug lords. These people partner with drug lords. How come after your leader has gone to Britain and went to France and then went to America and come back and become the president of Nigeria? So the younger people of Nigeria are looking up to a drug dealer who is now the #1 citizen of their country, whom they are going to be emulating. A drug dealer, a killer, a Muslim terrorist sympathizer. Those are the people that young Nigerians are looking up to. And you think that every one of us are very stupid people, that we are crazy, we just, Africans, useless African people. What do they know? They impose something against what you vote for. And you don't have power to defend your vote because you will be eliminated. Even the common protest you organized, they eliminated, butchered you at Toll Gate in Lagos. And yet, you are proud of this evil. You are proud of being a creature, that you are a British creature. They created you. All the life that your ancestors have lived for thousands of years before the conqueror who created Britain. Go and study the creation of Britain. Britain, when was Britain? You want to talk about Biafra that have built wars. Of course, you people call it the War of Benin. It's not. I have even let the highest professor in Oxford University come and prove to me how that war was come the Benin, because the timing it was built, the Benin Kingdom had never existed. That was the entrance of Biafra land. Let that professor come and tell me what Nigerians were, the identity of the people in the South before Nigeria was created. What is some people, your education, I just look at it and I laugh. Your education is bullshit. Your education is premature. Do you understand me? Your education is premature. If you are among those people after class who goes to sit down looking at the books till midnight, then I know that you agree with me that what I'm saying is 90% correct, if not 100%. So one of the most dangerous neo-colonialists are the teachers. They teach the people how to sabotage their own land from the onset, from the primary, secondary, and up to the tertiary level. They tell you how Nigeria is this. Why are you telling me that Nigeria is this and that? Is it not my land? If it is my land, why would you be educating me to be a Nigerian? How Nigeria is going to be this and is going to be that? Is there any project that you are presenting, physical project, something that I can do, analyze, I can give the step-by-step how I make it, and when I do this, the end result that every input has an outcome. Before I impute my input, I know what I'm going to get in return. That is what I believe in. I do not believe that you trying to coach me to be a slave will make me any better. Then your education is useless, and you are out there telling people, opening space and telling people about New Nigeria. New Nigeria does not exist because you have over 7 terrorist groups in one region in the north. And these people are collecting taxes, and government is collecting taxes. You are reaping these people to stupor. And how did all these 3 groups of terrorists eventually wrapped up from last year, November, up to this moment, just after the French have built their base? So if this French now wants to fight you now because you said that you are asking my people to come and become army, my guy, make I tell you, when there is problem, army no dey hard. These are national heroes. These are special citizens. They volunteer. They want to defend their land. They are moved with morale. These guys know that they have the necessary training, that their life and why they are here is to ensure the survival of their family. And who is the family member? You and I, all of us. You think that if Nigeria is their country, will you be the one asking them to come and join the army? They will be the one registering for the army. So you cannot continue to show this your shame to the world. You said that you are the government of this country, you are in this country, and you are begging them to come and join you, to join your army, to fight against themselves, to sabotage themselves, because you thought that the education you have given them to become the enemies of themselves, the fighters of against their own future. Then it is now to recruit them to destroy themselves. You are telling them to come and join your army. Outside the Biafran Liberation Army, there are no other army in Biafra land. Every army in the south, where I am from, and every army in the southeast, where I am from, you are a terrorist. If you are not functioning under the Biafran Liberation Army, the Biafran Defense Forces, you are not under any state as designated and designed under the Biafran Republic government in exile, you are a terrorist. You have been engaging in the hatching and harvesting of organs of our people. You have been involved in those barracks who are putting the body parts of our people in the fridge and transporting them to the West. You are evil. Why these one Nigerians and Biafrans are asleep, the devil and the evil people, who have hijacked power into their hands, and now they can decide who lives or who dies. You are involving yourself with them against the survival of your own people after how many years of intimidation, calling you poor, calling you this. Some even tell you that you come to their country because their country is beautiful. This is somebody who doesn't know where you are coming from.
University. Please, so don't be offended, my brother. 1 second, I beg. No verse, I beg. Please, I just have to say something quickly. Eh? Greetings to Elon Musk, who just reposted my reply about Alexandra Stubb and the evil that Alexandra Stubb is wishing the Biafra people. Elon Musk, if you can hear me, this is Ranger Fury from Biafra land. Thank you very much that you got our message, and today you reposted my reply on Alexandra Stubb. I appreciate it. I yield the mic.
Thank you very much.
It was celebrating Ranger Fury. You know, back on with the song.
Even, I was surprised even Elias was interacting with Rage and Fury the other day. All these guys, it's like they love you so much.
If like love you so much, don't be smart, you know. Now God, now the God of Biafra, now they fight for also my people. We give glory to God.
Yes, you want it, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rage and Fury, for appreciating Elon. Elon, as in, to my heart, how I feel about him, I think that he's a good guy and he has used his platform to enlighten many minds. Many intellectual, many informed people of different category have been coming out using the platform of this X to, unlike what Facebook is doing to people, you cannot say your mind. You cannot even interact. There are things you say. They said hate speech and this and that. How else are somebody going to speak that these people will not, hurt you or harm you or try to take down your account? And they tell you that it is the democracy they are trying. This is a kleptocracy. This is an autocracy that these people have designed for the world. And because of Elon, many people get to love Donald Trump. There are people who have less interest for Donald Trump before, but the activities of Elon made them to try to see Donald Trump as a freedom fighter. And that's a fact, whether it's not true or it's true, but this is what they have made. And the decision that guy has made so far is even considering shutting down all these embassies that exploit Africa, all these embassies, American embassies, British embassy. Imagine, I never knew that High Commission is also embassy safe. So what makes it high? What makes the British Embassy High Commission? What? These people are very egoistic. Anything they try to do, they try to look like these are not a very good humans, a very good way to behave. If we want to see a better world, these are very, we have to be,
Arrogant.
our
The
children.
arrogance is too much. They are
Yes,
arrogant to the core.
the arrogancy and the hooliganism. You know, what's a high commission? An embassy is an embassy. You are an ambassador, you are in somebody's land. That place is not your province. Why would it be a high commission? It's not your country. So you see, Africans, we need to learn, Biafrans. We need to open our eyes and watch these critical people, these hypocrites. When they are coming, you see them for what they are. They have been able to embed Nigerians with their hypocrisy. They have been able to utter Nigerians with their evil way of life. In short, at the time, my grandfather said when the British were around, killing people makes you a special person. You are like God. Everybody, they make it in a way that everybody will become afraid of you. Everybody honors you to the extent you fight for them. When you cut villagers down and ensure that people are running, and they come and they'll begin to, examine the village, see what they can get, and begin to find what is any deposit in that place. They were like people, scavengers, hunting for fortunes and so forth. So, my people, there are a lot that we have to learn, and there are a lot that we have to be aware about, so that, it is in Africa that all the heroes of Africa have been killed, and then African ancestors were coined as devils. Why? Because they use you. Why would you kill your parents? Those people you are killing, they are your people. You side a foreigner who invaded you, manipulated you, and you begin to cut down your people for many years. And now when they are narrating people who have built things that have impacted the world positively, you are not included. And as they ransack your land and live with you with many years of suffering, you don't still want you to live that suffering. They want you to stay there and die there. And they are not coming to bring arms to help you or to liberate you or to help you fight for it. They will tell you that you have no reason to come to their country. You are illegal, especially if you don't have this colonial passport that they built themselves. They created the third world. They created the inequality. You must carry that identity as a pass to them. That makes you presenting yourself as a slave, as a nigger. That makes you not to be illegal. But naturally and by the way of nature and this life, God bear me witness, no human is born illegal. No human is born and he said, you are an illegal person. Human beings created it. Their inequality is so high that they have to identify human being with blood and everything inside him as a black. And they also have a color they call black. And they also have a way of identifying anything evil, anything dark as black. And people with low understanding sees you in that direction. There are people who believe that you climb trees. You jump from one tree to another. There are people who believe that they even give you civilization, which means all the life that you have lived before this, your Nigeria or whatever colonial countries that was established in Africa by them. Because America told them after the Second World War, that thing that you are doing in Africa, get out from there. That place is not your land. Stop exploiting these people. And they have to quickly went back to the book of the 1885-84 Berlin Conference that tear Africa apart. They have to select the ones that help them to financially, it's all about financial and resources gain. If not, who will partner with a country that sees the death of 3 million children by starvation? A country who could not stand in combat. A country who engages, who supposed to be fighting war, they look for weaker link penetration. The Nigeria was actually practically sacrificing all their aircraft in refugee hospitals and farmlands so that people will not be able to have crops to harvest. And the same person who created this country was still the same person who shared this idea. If he loved the land and he loved you as an African, can this kind of thing happen in Europe? You are blind. You are a teacher, right? You share this record. I want to see all those teachers, all those professors. Let the biggest professor of history in Nigeria come to this platform. Or let him invite their friends. Let us pack, go there. Because we've not been listening to ourselves. We've not been listening to our children when they speak because we feel intimidated. You feel intimidated because you don't have anything that is going to benefit these young people as per tomorrow. Your action is going to land these people in slavery. It's going to Islamize these people. It's going to be make people to be docile. While the war of their conquest is going on, they will not be able to fight back, and Nigeria will be playing you around. If you like it or not, when the Fulani conquer you, America will still partner with them. Britain will partner with them. UK, Germany, name them. They will partner with them. Forget they call them terrorists today. Have you seen Europe call these Fulani terrorists that are butchering people on daily basis? We see videos counted by them, government. But see, let me tell people who listen to us or who watches what we share and say propaganda and this. We don't make those videos. We are not Sahara reporters. We are not Vanguard. We are not NTA. We are not EBS. All the things that we show you is something that our people happens to be there live. And then your media house will post it. And then we will help them to post it and talk about it based on what we know. So our informations are genuine. They are very accurate. We didn't make them up for you. You make them. Your media houses provide them. Because if you think that you are a media house and you are licking the asses of your oppressors because you benefit from them, without them, your media will not function. And then you have to silence the ordeal that is happening in your land. You are nothing but a worthless slave. You are a Nigerian, you know. Tell your teachers and your professors, share this video to them. Tell them that Osai Bright, challenge them, every single one of them, including Professor Oseweke. Tell them to come here. Let us chat. Let us listen to ourselves. Let them tell me the future of Nigeria. And I will give them hundreds of millions of points where those their new Nigeria and whatever they think they've got will not work. You are just saying Nigeria because you are a coward. You know that Nigeria means war to Africa. You know that Nigeria means war to Nigerians. But there are no capable hands. There are no superior group or any individual who has been able to challenge this and succeed. Because Nigeria is the UK and is coming from the palace in the UK. And as far that kingdom is still standing there and Nigeria is still standing, you have no future. You think I'm afraid? I have lost my life many times over, and this is not going to be different. As I'm talking to you, I don't stay in my homes. Nigerians here, we are even liaising with the government of where I live to uproot me. And even if I'm in the toilet, I will continue to preach this gospel because that is what God has made us to do. That is why we are here. If we don't send this message out there and we die with it, that is a sin against the Holy Spirit. It's unforgivable. And that is why those your pastors and all of them, including your deviants, they will not be forgiven because the message that Elohim gave them, the reason why you are born in this place that is being ransacked and enforced to be Nigeria, there is a reason why you were born there. And that reason is to preach this gospel and support the people in order to come out of this predicament. It's very dangerous. The network connection of this evil is very large. It ran from that Biafra land down to the west, and the people who are sitting upon your future are very powerful and serious people of this earth. But those people are infinitesimal. Only and only if my people shall come together in unity, recognizing that we have a future to achieve, and that fighting side by side with each other, fighting together, united in Biafra land, these people action are irrelevant. If we must die, then let us, all of us, die once while representing freedom, and we make it clear of what we represent, so that when they have killed us, if they killed 80 million Biafrans, which is all of us in total, home and abroad, then history will have it that African country was erased while fighting for freedom and fighting for liberty of African people and for the entire Biafrans. That is why when you tell me this one is this person, this one is this person, had the black people not been involved in the killing of my people, I would have thought that white man is the devil. But the black man is, no wonder they call those people black. It is not all Africans that are black. Your skin might be dark because of the properties of that, the Mafingan layer of your skin. But that is, when you examine your skin, you see that you are very, very special. But there are people who are black men. The black men are the corrupted seeds. They are seed of discourse. They are evil seeds. They are tainted. They can never ever represent their people. Whenever they go to the House of Assembly or House of Senate, they represent themselves and their family members, and they put the treasury of the people inside their pocket. Imagine you take our treasury, our internally generated revenue, the money you earn from the oil in Biafra land, you went and back it in the bank of your colonial master, and then you went back to your colonial master borrowing money from there. Somebody has money. You now go and put it in somebody's bank, and then you get there, you borrow, and you have more than what you borrow. Yeah. Jesus. So the whole thing is sparking my head, because every action of Nigerians, you don't know how to reason it, whether they do it because of hate or they do it because they feel that I don't know what is running in their brain. And that is why you see all these Nigerians, they can't come here to listen to you, because the truth, my brother, forget, the truth can never be pleasant for your ear. The truth can never be. Just as all of us are still here, we're still making some mistakes. We're still making some mistakes because we know what to do. We know how far we can open our arms. America have never told us to lay our eggs in one basket. Hey, God. And most of all these countries are full, most of their senior officials and most of the police and most of the are Muslims. They have crept in, most of them are family, their parents are parented by. Do you think that if they hear anything freedom or they hear about Christians being butchered, they will tell you that is true? Or they will take it serious, or they will come and investigate, or they try to support any group who is resisting? They won't support, they will support their partners. If America comes to Nigeria today, it's going to kill you and I. Because humans are selfish in nature. They don't like the survival of others. They just do what they do out of maybe, when did human beings grow up? Some people in their country, when they tell you that Africans, they try to say Africans, their women, how they enslave their women. Their women are just a common property, and this is. But in their country, it's not up to 20 years they started allowing women to vote. Where in my land, the decision made in women council, you can never ever alter that decision. Once you take it to any Ogwa, And once you say that Umuada have resolved this issue, this is their resolve, they are not going to utter it. If there is anything they felt that is not complete for them, they will invite the heads who make those decisions. And those people will give the ground with which they make this decision, and it will stay. But some people just allow their women to start voting just yesterday. I am not saying that there are reckless people that are not very good in terms of the way they see other genders. But that is not the major problem here. The major problem is that some people are causing us to be very disunited, and we as a people are not doing enough to quench this. So this is not fair for us as a people. We are repeating what some slaves have done in the past. All these people you see now that they are in politics, their parents were saboteurs to the land. They led the land inside the hands of the whoever that have enslaved the people, who involved in human slave marketing, who involved in human organ harvesting, who involved in resources scavenging. And because of them, many people die. The land was in peace. Some people said that we were fighting each other, we were fighting this, we were fighting that. In the south, before the first fight started, the people have not been developed at the point they are developed now. And those fights was not made by the people. Some people bring aliens into the land and begin to cut communities down. The rest of other communities mobilized, what you may refer to as vigilante group this time, and they resisted these people. Why we are still able to speak now, and we have a car, and we still have other communities who still believe in the interests of the land, is because others fought. And then after heavy battles from both sides, the British have to relieve power and begin to think about another way on how to negotiate. He could not negotiate with our people because our people doesn't negotiate with terrorists. You can call it colonialism, but it was terrorism. If it is happening now, it is terrorism. That is why you see them, they don't come direct. They use companies. You can call them Shell, call them Chevron, call them Panushell, call them Pandef, call them whatever you want to call them DV, DW, call them Mercedes, call them Total, call them what you want to call them. And when you want to dismember all these firms, all these companies, and you find out that there are top business persons who are politicians, senators, including presidents in some countries where they have energy, they have clean environment, they have beautiful gardens, they even have skyscrapers, are helping in destroying other people's land so that they can build those things in their place. Then you, what is your own? What is your own takeaway? What do you take home? Those one Nigerians who are looking for a new Nigeria as a way forward, your way forward in new Nigeria is your doom. Because before you get to new Nigeria, before you can get to Nigeria means war. Nigeria means slave, black slaves, worthless slaves. Go and ask the queen, okay, that the idiot is dead. Go and ask the king of England. Ask him, what is the meaning of Nigeria? And why was he given to Nigerian people? Apart from the false claim that it means because of the riverine area. It is not only the place you are calling Nigeria that they have rivers now. Yeah. So thank you very much. Let me not take our time because there's too many things to say, and we'll be taking it bit by bit. But our message is very, very direct. I know that many people may not appreciate the way we proclaim it. We are not perfect, and we don't intend to be very, very perfect, but because we continue to dispense this message according to the best of our knowledge, our wish is to have a better life and have it in abundance. Our wish is to restore Biafra, and we must restore Biafra, and we will restore Biafra, or we'll die trying, because we've been beaten and battered. Nobody should tell us about loss or winning or losing. If you know the caliber of people who are fighting for Biafra, the people who have died and resurrected, lost and found, there is nothing you can teach us about lost or about dying or about criminality. We know what a crime is. We know what good is. We know what bad is. We know what truth is. And we know what is false. But manipulating our people and sponsoring our people against their own freedom, thinking that you are fighting against us, is the worst mistake that you ever make in your life. Because this set of people that are fighting are the people that you can never ever be able to stop, even if it take you a million years. You will not live in peace. And our prayer for those people who partner with corruption and partner with the evil of Nigeria, something that cannot be done in their own land. And those who encourage the Islamization and the killing, these people supported Islam to fight against Biafra in 1960, and they were calling it Biafra-Nigerian War, after they have been killing our people for many years. Many pogrom, many genocide were going on. No, they were not aware. It was after they have starved, they did by themselves. They enforced the economic blockade. If you say Nigeria said, okay, we decide the economic blockade, who is going to carry it? Why will Cameroon do economic blockade against a country that is fighting for its own freedom when he knew that he can partner with these people and do even buy our technology? We can even offer them what we'll be creating just to make life for Cameroonian people easy and better. Now you seek to the elimination of these ideas and these dreams, and you think you succeeded. Why will any country in Africa engage in this? Because the French was there and the British were there. Win-win, don't go yet because I'm done. Please, I know that you were the first person to request mic here. I'm done. Sometimes I had to point out the way it is. You know, sometimes I cannot, the evil of this world, as far as we are concerned, we are citizens and members of this earth planet, and we have every right to survive. We have every right to live. And we have every right to make impact, especially on the side of our people. So this is very, very crucial for us. So I like to, before I relinquish the mic to Mazi Kashiku, I want to thank every Biafrans who have tuned in today again, and for your consistency and your being there despite the tough time in your lives. You continue to push forward and you never give up. You are part of those people that Nnamdi Kanu was talking about. No matter what happened, you do not give up. So I also like to inform Biafrans that those of you who are abroad, you need to be very strong. Those of you in exile, they are already coming at so many other people. But this time they cannot be able to do anything because the only thing they are planning to do is to how to relieve you from your hosts. So that's not good and that's not so bad. I wish they can take everybody home so that the battle can begin. So those of you who are expecting that you must have completed millions of warheads before you engage in battle, sometimes waiting that they fight war, they're not the planner, because war happens most times. Learning from history, it happens by invasion. So all you need to do is to acknowledge it and begin organizing. So Kachiku salute Biafran because I didn't have enough time to salute everybody. And thank you.
Thank you so much for your good job. Thank you. You have actually touched many areas that are very, very important. You see, my people, one of the things our people lack is inability to analyze information, inability to be patient, and they go through, make research and go through history. Our people are good in what they can do, chap chap, you know. They read headline of something and they move on. They don't have patience to read and make research. Otherwise, we're supposed to, all these things you said here is something our people are supposed to know that from the one, Nigeria is a slave colony. There is a contraption where the creator regarded the people inhabitant as slave. That is why they can come and create whatever they like and do the way they like and move on unquestioned. Nobody confront them. That is why Britain can create SARS with Obasanjo to harvest organ and nobody question them today. That is why everything they do today, nobody question them. They do it and get away with it. Because from the one, I remember in those days when I speak my tongue in at school, they will call it vernacular. And these teachers actually trained to mislead the people, to make the people see themselves as, how will I put it? In fact, people need to wake up. We need to wake up and do the needful, because if you are speaking all we have gone through on all the evil that is going on in that contraption, in fact, you will speak it they done it from morning to night. And now what we need is just action. Action, we need action, my people. Let us come together and fight this once and for all. That the enemy have tried all they can do to divide us from all angles, from different angles, to divide us, to keep us divided. And having known this, are we going to allow them to continue dividing us? The answer is no. The youths, the elders, to come together and devise way forward how to defend our land. Like Invest rightly said, you don't wait until you have the highest weapon before you defend yourself. There are things nature deposited in our land. Those things, some enemy came and they target evil. They call those things evil just to make you not to use it, to see those things as evil, not because those things are bad. You can make use of it. This is time you need to make use of those things. And it's not given to you to use it as for evil, but it gives to you to self-defense. Use it to defend yourself, defend your land, defend your vulnerable ones. This is time you need to make use of those things. Without wasting time, because people need to speak. Those who want to speak, they'll have the mic. Thank you, University, for all you are doing. Thank you, all my comrades and ladies. Thank you, my ministers. All everything you are doing for Biafra, all the genuine Biafrans, keep it up. I want you to understand that this battle is our battle. They brought it to us, and we will not fold our hands. We are going to fight till last man standing. Yes, and as long as we understand this, if we can come together to fight as one under one umbrella, I'm telling you, no matter how powerful is the invader, victory is ours. Thank you so much for what you are doing. And remember that what we need now is Ejema. Ejema is the most important thing we need. Thank you, as you are also reminding others, your friends and wishers, other Biafrans in your contacts, the importance of funding our defense forces. Tomorrow is our fundraising. Prepare them for that. Prepare their minds. Bring them along to fund our defense forces. Thank you so much. Thank you, Biafra. University, thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think Peter is the next co-host. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you, Mazi. I think we should give the mic to our sister Stella first before I will
Yeah.
go. Thank you very much. Yeah, Sister Stella, you have the mic, please.
Thank you. I salute everyone. I salute you, Sister Helen, University, Onyeka Chukwu, David Nana, Ridge, Emeka Socrates, Jean, Shimon is here. Emeka Orago, salute you. Nkiru, we are many here. Oh, we're not too many. Anyway, but I salute everyone because we have, you know. And the topic is Biafra gatekeepers, homeschooling. The way forward for Nigerian slaves. Yes, so they are Nigerian slaves. They are slaves. Starting from their military has become slave Nigeria Boko Haram army. Slave Nigeria Boko Haram police. You know, they don't even know how to help themselves anymore. I saw a Boko Haram Nigeria army lamenting on how Nigeria government is treating them, on how Musa is treating them as a soldier. Did they tie you there or what? I mean, they tied your umbilical cord to Nigeria, to serving Nigeria army. Your salary is nothing to write home about. You don't have, you can't afford to pay for your house rent. You can't afford to have a, I mean, you can't even afford to kit yourself well as a soldier. You can't even kit yourself well. That even the so-called Fulani from Sahel kit themselves better than you. Did they tie your umbilical cord to serving Nigeria army? That now that Nigeria army has become Boko Haram Nigeria army and you're still there, an indigenous person, a Christian. Hausa, you're there. Yoruba, you're still there. Middle Belt, you're still there. Biafran, you're still serving the Nigeria army. They tied the umbilical cord to it. They brainwash you. You can't even see. You don't even understand. You have become deaf and dumb, even blind on top of it. That you have become a terrorist Boko Haram Nigeria army. And when you are walking there, you have become a terrorist. You are carrying out their Islamic Caliphate agenda. And you're a Christian. You're still serving in Nigeria army. Are you normal? You are an indigenous person and you're still serving in Nigeria Boko Haram army. Are you people normal? That Fulani is taking over your country. That Fulani has taken over your military. That you are no more a normal secular country you used to be. They said you used to be, or they pretended to be. Because from day one, Nigeria has been an Islamic country. It's just that they have been doing you people. The more you look, less you see. More you look, less you see. They make sure they distract you. Like totally distract you. That's why they from nowhere bring up a case or a story. You guys are busy killing yourselves on the story. Meanwhile, Fulani are busy taking over your land, raping your wives, raping your daughters, taking your mineral resources. Everything that will have given you joy, they have taken over. And you Nigerians, you still fold your hands and watch. When will you rise up, Okwan? Nigerians? Nigerians, when will you be annoyed? Nigerians? When will you be hit to the wall? You know, they will tell you, when you are hit to the wall, then you bounce back. Nigerians, when will you be hit to the wall so that you can bounce back? One. Have they not finished dealing with you? Benue State are on the run. Borno on the run. Kaduna on the run. When will you wake up? One Plateau on the run. When will you wake up? Nigerians, all these one Nigerians, where are you, Seth? We need to really talk. Oh. You say you love Nigeria so much. You love Nigeria so much, so much. No road, you love it. No light, you love it. No people's organ are being harvested every day. You still are loving Nigeria. Fulani are rampaging everywhere, forcing people to be converted to Islam by fire, by force. They will ask you want to be a Christian or you want to be a Muslim. You say you want to be a Christian, they chop off your neck, and you're still loving one Nigeria. It was because of love for one Nigeria that from 1967 to date, Nigeria government have wiped over 12 million Biafrans on the altar of one Nigeria, and you're still wanting one Nigeria. Anyway, like I said, we have gotten to the stage where all you one Nigerian is, you have to choose one. Because you can't be saying you don't want Fulani and at the same time you're wanting one Nigeria. It's not possible. It's either you want one Nigeria and allow Fulani to breed, and allow Fulani to continue to kill you and rape you, or you pursue Fulani and dissolve Nigeria. One must happen. You can't have the two. All you want Nigerianists is either you drop Fulani, you must denounce Fulani, so you can also denounce one Nigeria. But so far as you continue to accept Fulani, you must accept one Nigeria. Because there's no need of denouncing Fulani and you're wanting one Nigeria. No, you must denounce the two or accept the two. I hope I'm making sense, because I've been trying to, make the thing, so that they will understand it.
So you're making a lot of sense. Yes, you're making a lot of sense, my lady. As
You
long as they
understand?
accept one Nigeria, they must accept Fulani. Yes. Oh,
You understand? So far as you want one Nigeria, you must want one Fulani. If you don't want Fulani, then you must not want one Nigeria. Nigeria must be dissolved. Simple. So when all you want Nigerian is so that when you're crying, your ladies are crying, your men, everybody's not crying. And me, I'm here chewing bubble gum on your behalf, because this is what we've been talking for how many years? To the extent you now tag IPOB, you now tag Biafrans as terrorists. Meanwhile, you are the terrorists. You and your children are the terrorists. Fulani. So now, Nigerians, one Nigerians, your work finally. Good morning, one Nigerians. I hope you do the needful, because you must pursue Fulani and you must dissolve Nigeria. You can't keep Nigeria. So far as you keep Nigeria, then you must keep Fulani, because Fulani owns Nigeria. So for you to pursue Fulani, you must dissolve Nigeria, so that Hausas will stay their own, Yorubas will stay in their own nation, Middle Belt stay on their own nation, Biafra will stay on their own nation. Then you will not see Fulani anymore. Fulani will not go back to Futajelon, where they came from. Shikina. Enough is enough of this mayhem going on. And I wanted to say something, because somebody asked a question. Africa are not poor. Oh yeah, you were asking that the Africans. Somebody was saying that Africans are seen as poor because they give birth to many children. But I wanted to say, if Africans are poor because they give birth to many children, then what would they talk about China? China, there are many, but they are not poor. Why would they talk about all these Arabs that will have 10 wives with 100 children? They don't even know their names. That have now, all of them will now join into terrorism. All these Arabs, they make children so that they can have enough to fight me and you. And yet they are not poor, because Arabs, Saudi Arabia is not Arab. Turkey, no, not Turkey, no. Give me another name of Iran, Iraq. Are they not all Arabs? Dubai, they're Arabs too. But they have so many wives now. There are many. Yet they make money, they have money. It's a lie from the pit of hell. when they tell you that the blacks, the Africans are poor because they have so many. It's a lie, yo. It's a lie. It's the takia the world have tag, you know. Whenever they see black man, woman, hey, or dark man or dark woman, I don't know, a poor one, help her, help him. He doesn't have anything, but you made them poor. You go to their land, collect all their mineral resources. You prefer to be dashing us. Take this one. Take this. Come to my house. I give you food. I give you everything. Allow me to have my own company. Allow me to do my own job my own way. No, come. I will help you. I'll help you. I'll help you. Just take this little. Take this one. Take this one. You've made me a beggar, and you're telling me I'm poor. What kind of that's stop brainwashing me, please. They are brainwashing us. You know, it's just like the same way when they hear you're a Biafran. I don't know if you have experienced this. I've experienced this over and over. Even this 2 days or 3 days ago, somebody was asking me, where are you from? I said, I'm a Biafran. Biafran? I remember. They used to tell us a story in class, in school those days. Even my mama, when you refuse to eat those days, they will tell you if you don't want to eat, I take your food to a Biafran child to eat. Those poor people. It's not even I have double. It's not only that you are dark, that you are poor, that you're also Biafran, you're also poor. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to be a princess. I'm supposed to be a queen on this planet Earth. And somebody, oh my God, I've suffered. We have suffered. Oh, that poor Biafran. So you're a Biafran. Oh, they now remember us with poverty, hunger. They now remember us with hunger all over this whole wicked world. Then whenever they hear Biafra, hungry people, should I help you? You need some, I'll just walk into a bar now to buy. They want to dash it to me. What do you want to? I have my money and you're dashing me. Guys, does it happen to you abroad? You want to, maybe you entered into where they are baking bread or baking something.
We
or
are
baking cake.
Biafra poor, but
This one
we
just
want
happened
to
to
go
me
home.
yesterday.
We don't care.
I said, let me go and buy little things there. As soon as the woman saw me, the attitude was like, I don't want to give you all of them. It was like blocking me. And, her countenance immediately changed. So I told her, are you annoyed with me? I didn't even know when I said it. Are you annoyed with me? She herself immediately said, no. But I just saw, no, this one is now the one I'm saying inside my mind. I was just saying in my, but why the sudden change of your countenance? Immediately you saw me. And I was dressed cute. It's not like, that I looked a beggar. No. In fact, because of that thing, I always make sure I look good, Depia, I'll iron my shirt and, iron it very, so that, so, because I want to be my real me. Huh? Yeah. So, Biafra in homeland. So, if you understand what we're going through here, that's why I can't wait for Biafra to come. I'm telling you, to say, even in Biafra that we don't have food to eat, I'll be happy, but at least I won't be slave to anybody. And somebody won't look at me strangely. I had my money, walked in to buy something. The woman said countenance changed. I didn't even know when I told her, did I annoy you? And I'm precise. I don't, sometimes you go to buy like those cake thing, you will tell them to weigh. No, my own, I'll tell you how much I have. You understand? I'll just tell you I have €5. So, and this is what I want. So it's for you now to weigh it out to €5. Just to be precise, to be correct, Biafrans, we need to go home. We need to go home. But I don't want to enter into Biafra the way it is now. I want to have our own nation. If we get there, we don't have anything to eat, which I know it's not possible because we are hardworking people. God bless our handworks also. We will put anything now on ground, it will grow. You do anything, it's akanchawa everywhere. That's also one of the reasons why they hate you with passion anyway, and they'll still tell you are poor. That's the brainwash there. That's a brainwash. Because at the end of the day, when they look around, any established dark person, you can be sure is a Biafran. They themselves will also tell you, are you a Biafran sometimes? Or, they say, are you a Nigerian? But at the end of the day, you are a Biafran at the end of it. So they even know that we're also progressive. So who is brainwashing who here? Who? No wonder they don't want you to go back. They don't want to free you. But by fire, by force, so all these others must allow us to preach. Enough is enough of this brainwash. Enough is enough of this takia. They said that their Ottoman Danfodio gave them Nigeria. Did Ottoman Danfodio also give you Kenya, gave you Burkina Faso, gave you Mali, gave you Uganda, gave you, even now gave you America, gave you Asia, gave you Europe? You are mad. You don't know what is wrong with you. And this is why we must deal with you decisively when you come to our land. Fulani, the flesh eaters. Guys, am I lying? You saw the boy eating our Biafran baby hand and was enjoying it. I did have himself a video for us to see. So Fulani the flesh eaters. If you allow Fulani the flesh eaters to come to your community, they will kill you, collect your part, and go home and make dinner with it. So rise up and do the needful. Biafrans, tomorrow is fundraising. Come one, come all. Come and support your freedom. There's no need of Dogon Trenchy here. There's no need of Muchi Muchi here. We know the people that are working, the people that are fighting on our behalf, the people that are liberating our land are BDF, working through BRGIE. Stop being brainwashed by anybody. If you like freedom, really, if you don't want to be converted to Islam, if you want to live a normal life before you die, you better go and donate, fund your liberation through BRGIE. That's it. Simple. There's no brainwash here. There's no nonsense. There's no time for this is not the time. Our people are dying like chicken in homeland. They're even conniving in killing our own people. Yesterday we saw Ugo 247 telling us that he was sure that immediately the people he sent killed our commander brother. They brought the message immediately to him. That's a pure confession there. So you have joined them in killing our brothers and sisters. Ugo 247 and your madam. That was why the first person they sent the video was you. And they killed that boy and collected his corpse there, those killers. So they arranged with Ugo 247 so that when they finish, they bring the video to him. And they finished, they brought the video, they took the video to him. And listen, this man who just, you are here confessing, what do you call it? Suicide, not suicide. Which other word? Huh? You are there live confessing the killing of our brother live with your own mouth. Huh? Murder. He was there confessing live murder, doing himself video just like the Fulanis. This is not time for nonsense. So tomorrow is fundraising. If you want your land to be liberated from these Marudas, from these Fulani herdsmen and hunters, come donate through the right channel. Shikina, I finished. Thank you everyone for the opportunity. Another one my after no. How do you say it? After now, you won't tell a child that is intelligent come out from the sound that is too much now. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Stella. You have really hit it on the head. Thank you very much. A lot is going on. A lot is going on. For these few days that I've not been really present in the social media, I've really seen it all. I've seen a lot. And before I will continue with my submission, let Emeka Socrates first go before David Dinana. Then I will settle down to narrate my own deal. Thank you very much. You have the mic, Emeka, sir.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you, Sister Helen. Thank you, Stella. Thank you, University and the entire house. Okay. Thank you for the topic also. I will just want to, because you're talking about homeschooling and that. So I want to start by saying that we need to understand first, okay, where our problem is coming from. Where is our problem coming from? Yes, first of all, we should understand this. We are living in a world which for many years now has been structured by words. Words that were created by some people and made into very big images that stand in the eyes of people. And those words now become the major instrument for judgment of what is true, what is false, what is right, what is wrong, and what is correct. So this is what the Western world has been like, all right? So, you know, they create this word national interest. They create this word sovereignty. They create, like they were trying to create recently in America, cross-gender and all those kind of words. Then when they create those words, they magnify them and make these words to become things that determine whether your decision, your judgment, or what you are doing is right or wrong. That is how the world has been shaped. Now, and this has determined a lot of things in the world. It has determined economy, it has determined international relations and that. So they just use those words to carve them. And those words were created also for them to be able to take control of power all over the world. They created those words to be able to now take control. Mostly, all of us believe that they are for them as a group, that is as nations or as European countries, to take control of the resources of others, just like they have done in Africa, by creating what they call countries, by creating things, United Nations, and those things now become like God. They become like the true image of what the world will like, and they determine the world. You understand? So people do not see the world from the fundamentals and from the foundations. They don't understand the nations by what a nation is actually. They rather see those words and they use them to shape. But those words and those things that determine the world now are also created for their own purposes, the purposes and the benefits and the interests of the oligarchy itself. The oligarchy, of course, I've said here before in my platform, that is a small group of people that have the power and authority to determine things within a territory or within an arrangement or within a part of the world. So you have some of them in politics, you have a lot of them in business also. So that small group determines things. They determine business, they determine everything. So you could name some of them are in the shape of companies like Chevron, like Shell. You know, those people also determine things in Nigeria. So they use them to want to rule other people in the world. All right. So we know this is true. We know this is how they have been taking control of the world. That is very, very true. They set them up, they use them to undermine the interests of the indigenous peoples of Africa or the countries that they created themselves. And then they are ruling them, they are taking their resources, usurping their powers to even determine themselves. That is all true. But then, how does this relate to us? You know that initially, actually, we were on top of the world. Particularly if you go back to history, in Egypt, for instance, that's the ancient, even before we ever went to Europe, Egypt was there. And of course, a lot of our people in Africa were there in Egypt, okay? So, but Egypt lost to Greece and to Athens. So after that loss, people started migrating downwards. And whatever they took from Egypt, they went and started improving. That was how civilization went around that was the slightest. It didn't really hit the center of Europe, but through Greece, of course. From there, the Asians took it. You had Assyria, you had all those other Persia and all those people started. And then before it went to Europe, by the time it had gotten to Europe, so much development had taken place that It now got to them at a time when so much work has been done in developing the world that they came there and then they did what they all did, industrial revolution and all those things. So they did the finishing job now. But the problem for us is that by the time the civilization was going, what we started was going from one place and people were adding and improving it. We were migrating in the opposite direction. Consequently, we were not making contact. And by the time it had reached Europe, it was like the migration, the thing we did, the thing we started had gone too far for us to be in touch with it. That's consequently why when it got to them, they had gone too far, we were still backward. So them coming now and getting onto the very boats that we started by having canoes, then coming back to us again and finding us where we were, they saw us as, okay, these are people who are backward, uncivilized and that. And for me, I wouldn't say it was offensive. That's just the word they can use, because when they are comparing their own environment with ours, even you who is in Germany or anywhere, you cannot compare the environment with us. So they had gone far. So that is how they will see us. Okay? Now, so they came here and started now implanting these very words that I was talking about, and these words seem to determine the way things are run in this world. They did them for their own good, and normally that's what a human being will do now. Everybody does things in the way So they came here and they started, of course, benefiting from our resources and all that. So that is how far we have come to this point. But now what I want to ask us really to reason out is this. No matter the fact that they have done all these things, are we really going to put the blame on them and say we have no blame ourselves? I have spent from the day one, anybody that had hearing my voice, I have always said, I don't pass blame for my own ineptitude on anybody. My life is mine. I have the power, the right, the might to determine it if I want. Look at Europe we are talking about. Which one of them split without fighting internally? Which one of them? Finland, didn't they fight with Russia? Switzerland and Ireland and all those people, didn't they fight within? They all fought. Till today, these Barcelona people, what do they call them? Catalans. What is happening? They want to get out of Spain, isn't it? They are trying. The last time I saw it on TV, they brought ballot boxes and went to schools and put them there. They wanted to vote, but the Spanish army went there and dispersed them. If you see how they were beating them. They are still doing it. The same people, who are these people? Is still that group of people who want to mirror the world and show you that this is what is right, this is what is wrong, and they use those words to create it. That is what is happening. So it is still there among them. But they were able to stand up to take their own destinies in their hand. So, and they didn't blame anybody. In the days when the formation of Britain itself, go and check. There was still fighting, Wales and all those. Why do you think those people decided all to be independent and then they only came out together and said, okay, we are going to stay? If I show you the videos, the films of the past when they were fighting, they were fighting. What about America? So that was even a more recent thing during the time of Abraham Lincoln and all that. So why are we always going back? They did that to us, they brought that, if they brought that, are you forced that you must have them? Who forced you to have them? They brought this one to us, fine. They brought that one. Who forced you? Why can't you change it? That's why when you are now talking about Nigerian gatekeepers and you are saying homeschooling. Okay, homeschooling now, that is the thing. People have to stand up by themselves and take their destinies and stop talking about white men did this, white man did that, and all those things. It is you and I, it is the Biafran, it is the African that will set up by himself. They haven't stopped you now. It is is you who has decided to take no action. It is you that your brother has decided to fight against you. Look at the little one we are doing. Look at it now. When you are doing something, don't just go too far. Look at within yourself. Look at this struggle we started. We were going to have a convention. One idiot came out from somewhere. Until today, some people are still like, when they open their mouth, they are like pure animals, pure goats within this very struggle. It's already people back out from here. Even those that said they went to school, even people, men with 2 balls in between their legs, are following idiocy. So this is why we are why we are. It's not the white man. Forget about him. He could do anything. If I am them, I will hold any country anyway until I draw the last word from them. It's normal now. Now. It's normal. Can you go to the market and start going to favor the other people? If anybody selling anything tell you that he has lost money, will you believe that? Somebody, I will go and buy something from the market and I will sell and lose money. No, everybody does things the way it will favor him. You yourself, you are supposed to free yourself. So stop this talk about white and all those things.
Indians, Britain colonized them at a particular time.
Yes, now.
How can what hello today?
Yes, now immediately after. Yes, immediately after. It wasn't even long. Mahatma Gandhi was going somewhere. When he was getting back, what did they do? They split into Pakistan. From there, Bangladesh broke out again from Pakistan. So what is that? There is no place where people will not take their destiny. Look at our own now. Look at this little one idiot of a woman, a lunatic. I was just listening this morning. Daddy Oramma, I was playing one of this, and one idiot was asking her, who declared Biafra? Are you saying she did? Hey, oh, this sort of thing that if the person is just near you, give that person a dirty mouth and just scatter the teeth there. Look at that kind of rubbish. There are certain things we shouldn't even be. That was talking to you. I wouldn't do that. I'll slap the hell out of his ears. What rubbish?
One person
you see, they are there. Is it the one of IKOM POS? So this is why we are not moving, my brothers and sisters. Even this simple one. Now, when you go into Nigeria, you are talking about desperate people. Desperate people. Yoruba wants to survive on oil. Hausa and their brothers there, they want to survive on oil. The Biafrans that have the oil, they have already split them into pieces there. By telling this one, you are this, you are an enemy, you are that, he wants to kill you. If each time we want to struggle, they say this. This is the problem we have. We have those who are politicians amongst us. Whilst you are talking about Biafra, you send them a video of what we are doing, and they will send you a video of political something where they are doing politics. Call Igbo. This ones, I know them, blood and this thing. They are there. These are the things we should be talking about. Again, when you come deep here, you don't expect Yoruba to free you. You don't ever dream in your way, even if you drink rum, Yoruba will never want to split in Nigeria. They want Nigeria more than the Hausa and the Fulani, I'm telling you. Even till the last one of them drops dead, they want Nigeria because they have no belief. They have no self-belief, no self-esteem. They have no shame as far as Nigeria is concerned. They believe they only can survive in Nigeria and the oil and gas from Biafra. That is all. So forget Yoruba. So if you're coming down to fight, that is the only way. Don't think about Yoruba. Forget about it. You are going to the Hausa and Fulani. They are even better than Yoruba when it comes to this Nigeria thing. I'm telling you. Because there is something that is very, very important to them, more than Nigeria. That their religion. That their Islam is much more important to them than Nigeria. If you want to stop that their religion, they will split Nigeria. I'm telling you. Anything, whether the United Nations, whether America or anybody wants to go against Islam, the Hausa will be, and the Fulani will be ready to break Nigeria and go out. But Yoruba, If you talk religion, it's not important to them. You talk nothing is important. Their own freedom is not important. They just want to die on that oil. They are the worst group. So when even an Hausa man or whatever is a Fulani man, that central bank, whatever, Alamido, was telling you that Yoruba is your greatest enemy, he knew them. Yoruba is the worst. They don't have self-belief. They don't have self-esteem. They don't have shame. They want this Nigeria by all means. These are the problems. Forget about Oyibo, please.
And I have a question though. These
Yes.
Yorubas, you know the way they brainwash them and they fought alongside with Nigeria against us. Do you think
Nobody
that
brainwashed
that
them.
happened in 1967 can happen again with the Yorubas?
No, nobody brainwashed them. See what happened. First of
Please.
all, you see, they have their God, the one they call their God, Abafemi Awolowo. You see, during that 1967, he became a point of politics. He was imprisoned in the East after the Igbos had carried out coup to make him president. Imagine that. It is what is called a diarchy, kind of, where you bring a civilian, part of the government is civilian, part is this thing. That was what those people that carried out the 66 wanted to do. They wanted to bring him out and make him some kind of prime minister, while the army would still be there. So two of the parties ruling. But do you know what happened? When he came out, he saw an opportunity. Yeah, now Zik has been pushed to Biafra. Okay, Biafra, I will now use that opportunity. I will become Nigerian president. The Yoruba armed soldiers that fought because their leader, they were looking at his body language, was tending towards keeping Nigeria against this. And they are the people that are, it's still the same oil. So they will tell you that the oil, why were they? Ask them, during the Civil War, they suffered. When the Niger Delta Avengers were bombing, they said that Nigeria had never suffered such crunch in their wealth, except by that time during the war, when the Biafra occupied that place, because they were not getting oil resources. So they have been reaping from that. They have been depending on that. Forget about what they are saying. That is how. Nobody brainwashed them. It is their thinking, their belief that oil has always been there. And the fact that Awolowo, who is their God, they believe, was already seeing a future in Nigeria, and the only place that they will say that, okay, now the Hausas are the majority, let's go there. Igbos, we want to count them out. So if we join Hausa, Igbos will be permanently under our foot forever and ever. That is the choice they have made. So they made Nigeria a place now for Hausa first position, the elite, or whatever you call them, the royal priesthood is the Hausa and their neighbors. Then the Yoruba, they are satisfied to be in the second position, and then Igbos to become kata that you will brush with your leg. That is the Yoruba mentality of Nigeria. I repeat it again, take it from me. Their mentality is, okay, we have considered the Hausa and Fulani, and they will blame the Igbo. They say Zik was the one that gave them this. Therefore, we are not doing anything wrong. So we have considered the first position. For us, since Zik did that, we are ready to take the second position. Then they now brush Igbo as kata. That is the Yoruba mentality tomorrow. Even the one that is in the stomach, the one that has not been born, a fatal self that is not an embryo among the Yoruba. This is how they feel about Nigeria. Outside
What's
first,
the difference between Yorubas and Fulani then? If they are reasoning like this, Fulani, what would they be doing then?
Wait, if not for gene, my sister, if not for gene, for blood, you could as well count me to be Yoruba, because I've lived my life, all of them, all the days with them. I can see their kidney, I see their liver, I see everything. I have been with them, so I know how they think. I see their brain. Anything that is running through their mind, I know their mind, I know their spirit, and that's what I'm telling you. When they talk, I say, I know you people, I am one of you now. No blood of any kind, even outside the world, has ever mingled inside my family, but I have lived with these people that I know them inside out. In my dream, I know them when I'm awake. This is how they are. This is their mentality. I've been reading them since I was a child. This is how they think. So if you are saying between them and the Fulani on their own, mind you, the Fulani on their own, they came and, of course, with the agenda of spreading Islam. I have always told you this. Theirs is Islam. And then their group, they want to use that Islam to rule other people, because Islam, unlike Christianity that at least evolved, Judaism evolved. These religions, Judaism and Christianity, even the Chinese language, which has over 350 million people, and even the Hinduism, which has some billions or something. See, these religions are separated from government. from politics, at least on the structural level. Individuals can be in them and still have one leg in politics. That is individual aspect of it. But this religion of Islam is steeped in the culture of Arabs, in the politics of Arabian government and everything, and steeped with the civilization of Arabian civilization. So anywhere it goes with the civilization, with the culture, with the politics. That is why they also want to have Sharia there. They want you to dress this way, which is their cultural thing, and speak this way. Instead of saying by the grace of Almighty God, they will say by the grace of Almighty Allah. But you are telling us that Allah is God. Then why are you bringing the Arabic? Because it is the cultural part of it. So that is about Fulani. So the Fulani wants coming over everybody. With that, they want Islam to spread to everywhere. And as far as Islam itself is rolled up, wound up completely in politics, in culture, in the civilization of the Arabic world, it takes it everywhere to put it there. And that is what they are trying to do in the UK. You understand me? So those idiots too, this same oligarchy I'm telling you of the West, when they were doing that, trying to shape the world by trying to, all this, their new world order, something like that, trying to shape it in order to create those images, and they want everybody to see that image as where the world should be, what is right and what is wrong. They were also doing it individually. Now you are going with that kind of philosophy to the world, because you want to go and make money from the Arabic wealth, their oil and all those things as an individual. You've forgotten that your UK person will never migrate to Arab. If he migrates there, he will only have an office in UAE, which I have seen many of them have. Some of them in the real estate that I do something with. All of them have office in the UAE and all that. Okay, that is the best. But their own people, the Arabians, will migrate to your own place to pollute it. This is what they didn't calculate. So while they were forming that thing they were forming, in order to say they were trying to open the world for everybody to be there, they were going in bits as individuals to do business in the Middle East. And meanwhile, those ones have an agenda of migrating in millions. So they are opening their gates to their own destruction. That is why they are going in 1, 1, 2, 2. Those people are coming in millions in their houses, and that is why their place is now polluted. And who are saying that? Even the priesthood is saying it. Even the priesthood in Europe is saying so. I can play you the videos. This is the truth, my brother and sister. So this is Fulani, and they are Yoruba. No, the Yoruba are just a people on their own. So the religion. Look, let me tell you, the only thing they hate is Igbo and Biafra. Anything, even if Yoruba knows that if he takes this thing, he will die. But as far as an Igbo man will die there, that is okay by him. So they don't mind Nigeria existing as far as Igbo does not have what they want in life. The Yoruba are satisfied. This is the true situation. So all our Yoruba brother, there is no brother when it comes to this aspect. I have them as friends. I told you people, the only friend in my whole life is a Yoruba. But I am telling you, that is an individual basis. When it comes to group like this is who they are, and I tell them to their faces. So this is the mentality. Our people, they were, thank God, that's why we can be grateful to people like Helene and my brother here at university and all of them that have called, call Biafrans to the spirit that, look, we are a people. All they have been doing, why is it that Yoruba is always trying to tell us that this, when have you seen Hausa Fulani coming to tell you that somebody from Rivers State is not Igbo? When have you had them Hausa coming to tell you, or Nupe coming to tell you that somebody from Wari or really is not Igbo? Is it not Yoruba that say it? Answer me now. Is it not Yoruba that say it? Why is it that it's Yoruba that is always looking for the way of making sure that the East is not united? Why? Have you ever quarreled with the North? They are not interested in that. As far as they are concerned, one is that they are even comfortable that they are in control. So they don't need to argue with you. So if you are talking, no problem. As far as Yoruba is there to make up the strength for them. Look, Yoruba is the enforcer of this one Nigeria, the enforcer of the Hausa Fulani agenda is Yoruba that is their enforcer. As far as Yoruba is in the midst, then just count them as the number one, and they are the ones who have the power. They are the ones that are writing. They are the ones that are disturbing you on this X. They are the ones that know when you want to speak, they go and disable you from talking. They are the ones that are on Facebook. How many other people are on Twitter? I mean, I don't mean those who open spaces. So I mean the workers that disturb you from having a free flow of your communication. How many Fulanis are there? It is Yoruba that is working on Facebook. They are working everywhere. And because all those things entering into Nigeria, enter through Yoruba land, and it must get to Lagos, and then they are the people that make, and then they say, oh, we control the press, we determine everything. And that is what they are determining, and that is why we are suffering. This is why you had those days, Nnamdi Kanu was always saying, Yoruba media, it is them, it's not. But at this time, they started looking for a way of softening him. They will now come to you. They are never. All the time when the Yoruba comes to you, as far as it concerns splitting Nigeria, as far as it concerns Biafra, if Yoruba comes to you, he's only coming to distract you. He comes to make sure he diffuses that pressure with which you come to push for Biafra. He wants to make you now start talking. Instead of you to say the words hard and strong as they are supposed to be, you will not be saying, because you have this friend, you'll be talking with both sides of your mouth. That is what Yoruba does. They are the problem. We know the Hausa and Fulani position is established, but the enforcers are these people. So how do you now think you can really free yourself? Forget about the white man. It is these people you are facing. It is the stooges that they have in Biafra land who are calling themselves politicians and all those things. These are the people that we are supposed to be fighting against. It's not the white man. White man fought when they needed to fight in their own place and free themselves. They didn't tell you. Let me tell you, for those, I will just finish with this. Those who even talk about politics and they say white man and religion, let me tell you, when the white man was in Igbo land, in the Biafra land, Ascension used to be half day. All the holy days of obligation, they would have had some full day, holiday in schools. The same white man did not tell us to wait until they slap us on the other side. He followed us and joined us in fighting the war. The same white man joined us in fighting the war. The same white man was the one from Sao Tome and Principe providing the plane with which they were carrying arms and carrying things for us and making deliveries. The white man was with us, my cousins, 4 of them. Some died while the white man was trying to protect them. And when they asked them, how long are you going to continue? They said they will be with us till the bitterest end. And they were there with us till the bitter. They never told us not to fight. They were accused of supporting us. Not officially as government, like I told you about oligarchy, but as organizations. They gave us things. WCC, Caritas, all those people, they gave us supplies. While Nigeria was blocking us from eating, my cousins died of kwashiorkor. My junior sister died because there was no way she could be treated of the ailment that was there. So these were kids that were playing with me on the sand. They all died. Now, the same white man in those days, they have what we call chaplain. Chaplain. Some of you know chaplain. Chaplain in the army. It was the same white man that had chaplain in the army. The chaplain is the Reverend Father, and that he will carry gun and go with them to the war front. And your people, the African Christian, will be telling us in those days, you see, they call themselves Christian, and then they also go into the army, they will carry gun and say they are going to fight. Does God tell you to fight? That is but this is the white man, I'm telling you, I'm a Catholic. This is the one. And so when you are not telling us that the church is against and they told you not to fight, I will tell you, what are you talking about? They have chaplain. Go. Even till today, they have now those clapping and singing. They are now opening what they call chaplain because they imitate everything and they have polluted the chaplains in the military. Every barrack has chaplain of the church, and they used to carry gun to the defenders, but they pray for the soldiers. The same white man was the one that declared the crusade and fought with Islam. How many years? They defeated them, they came back, they defeated them a second time. When they came heavily. And they were going to take the whole of Europe. It was in Spain or Austria that they stopped this Islam something. Go and check, go and read. It was, I think, Austria. It's like they had already taken Spain before the British now fought back. So it was the white man that declared the church, the white man and church that will still fought. So church has never told you that, not to defend your life. It was the same white man and church that when they used to kill people at the BRGIE, put them and shoot them for armed robbery and all that. It was
many hands up, okay? Thank you, sir.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm coming. They used to go there and they shoot. They say, oh, they say they are church, but they see that they are going to kill people and they go and pray for the people instead of them to tell government not to kill anybody. That is what still the white man's church. Who is the one telling them now that they should not do this? Is it not black people? Where have you seen white priests in this place? They have left the church in your hand. Even the ones people are opening now all over the place, is Adeboye white? Is the one at Otta white? Is Suleiman white? It is your own people that are interpreting the very thing that the white man understood this way. They interpreted it in their own way, and you're still blaming the white man. So you can see what I'm telling you. All your problems are you. The thing that is causing the goat to smell is in his body. It is you. It is the black man. It's not them. With them, they defended themselves. With them, they split themselves up. Even though they were carrying the Bible or whatever you're talking about. So to address the problem is here. It is one, regional. It is two, the Islamic agenda and the push of Arabian civilization to come in by all means is finally the tribes that want to depend. And the core center of it all is surviving on oil. That is the bottom line of everything. And finally, before these people, you see, they are killing, all those ransoms they are taking, those ones have semi-revenues. The real deal is that any life that these Fulani people kill, they get $3,500 from the Arabian world. I want to repeat, all the cow rearing, you had some priests saying that they kidnapped the priest, and he was saying that they will use those things to camouflage and keep them and do their job in the day. These killings have revenue for them, not the one they are getting by ransom. The souls they are killing, they are getting $3,500 per each soul taken. Thank you very much.
Hey! Hello.
Because they say the organs now, the organs they harvest also is something. I don't necessarily the organs. They send the organs.
It's not about others, it's from the Arabic world. It is the agenda.
Person they kill.
So I finished my submission. Thank you.
I really did not understand the last statement. Mecca.
Okay, I want you to repeat.
I don't understand.
He said that each person per head they kill, they get money per head. Okay.
Jesus Christ. I don't
understand.
So is this the business that is
tell us
going on?
this, all this why? And we're just hearing this one. No,
I am so shocked to my bone marrow right now. Can you imagine?
Now I understand the alacrity.
Let us give win-win. Time to speak, okay? Win-win.
Hey!
We have spoken before. Let David still go first before we will go, Nabi. I think he has spoken.
We have not spoken. I have not spoken. You haven't spoken.
Okay,
yes.
Then. He has the mind before David.
US dollar.
Things are happening.
Any Boko Haram that poof Biafran. 3,000.
When you have the mic?
Can you? Yes. Okay, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, good afternoon from here, my fellow Biafrans. It has been a very long time, very long time, I may say. The other day I came, but X, Twitter didn't allow me to speak, so I now left, and I want to appreciate each and every one of you. University Onyekachi, Ellen Peters, I greet each and every one of you, and I salute you for your resoluteness and your work concerning our freedom. It has been very fortunate for me that finally I have left the zoo. So I am happy where I am. I finally left the zoo. I packed my load and then left.
Sorry, can you hear me? Is this where we're on Teka?